you guys?
Well, y'all come
he
with the
doesn't
time
need to
and
show us
stuff.
up. That guy could wake up and he's still better dressed than us.
Man, yeah, I know what he's coming with. I'm not even worried about it.
All right, so it is 8 o'clock, guys. Welcome to the Bari Male Experience, where we talk all things bariatric from the male perspective.
Hey, Jay Salazar. I saw you, Jay Salazar, man.
You can't hide from us.
Sleeve
We still
Court,
see
what's
you.
happening? Welcome in, Sleeve Court. Hey, look, here's the order right here. It goes it goes pre-op guided journal, and then year one guided journal, and then we have life after Bari guided journal. Right, I think it's pretty awesome, though, Tony. You know anything about this?
Yeah, I do. But before you get yourself carried away, Rab, because I know you're all excited about like all the stuff we have going on. We're gonna hold that towards the end of the live, because we're gonna go over everything that we have going on. There's a lot going on.
Don't ever scream at me like that again, Tony, in public.
Look, if I have to scold you and put you in the corner tonight, I will.
You just did. You just did.
I know you're excited. Dude, Rab was texting me earlier. Oh, my God, you're never going to guess what we got in the mail.
All right, I'm just
going
going
to
sit
sit
over
what
here.
I got to deal with every week.
He's so excited. But you know what? But excited for good reason, because, again, this giveaway this month has just got a mind of its own. It is crazy. We've got people coming in left and right that actually want to give out to the community, and we'll tell you more all about it. But I'm just going to go through some community news. We're going to go through, and how can you not start the week off, and how can you not start off all the community news with the weekly schedule? So if you're not familiar with the weekly schedule, it is always great to start your week off with all things going on in the bariatric community and the stories that we all love to hear with Talk Bari to Me with our friend VSG Bestie. She is live every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, 5 p.m. Pacific. And Flosser, you got all types of advertising in there, Shar. You must have people that love you. And we love you so much that we're going to talk about that you have a Mindset Monday also. And the Mindset Monday is at 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Mountain, and 9 a.m. Pacific. Did I say p.m. in there?
You're so used to saying p.m. That's why.
It really is. And people are going to be showing up like, she's not even on. What are you talking about? Don't forget your boys are live every Taco Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific. Bari Mother is live with a Water Check Wednesday. She is live at 7:15 p.m. Eastern, 6:15 p.m. Central, 5:15 p.m. Mountain, and 4:15 p.m. Pacific. Our friends over at the waiting table are live at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m., 7 p.m., 6 p.m. You know the deal. That's a lot. That's a big mouthful. And Mel Unfiltered is live on Thursdays at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Mountain, and 6 p.m. Pacific. Bariatric Lock-In with Bariatric Bubba is live at 8 p.m. on Fridays. 7, 6, and 5, you know the order. And our friends over at Love After Bariatrics is on during the weekend. So if you're in here, you can drop what time you guys are in. I think you guys told me the other day, but they did a men's mental health talk last Tuesday night, and I think last Friday night. I didn't get to go to the Friday night, but the Tuesday
last Friday night, I was there on Friday night.
Yeah, thank you very much for holding those panels. That was awesome. There was really good, engaging talks and everything. I had a good time. I always like being on men's panels, especially when it's not ours, because then it's more of us just sharing random topics and subjects to talk about. It's not just like us with a predetermined live. So it's always good to talk about that stuff. Don't forget that our friends over at Bariatric Society have a summer soiree going on July 12th in Winter Garden, Florida. And don't forget that the Bariatric Retreat, the Super Bowl of all of all bariatric eaters, is in New Orleans, Louisiana, this October 2nd through the 5th. Make sure the room block is open, so make sure you get your rooms at the Sheraton on the Canal. Those are still open. as far as I know. Man, that's a lot to talk about. Don't forget that this month's live is sponsored by our friends at ProCare Health. They are also sponsoring Talk Barry to Me. They have a nice giveaway bag that they are giving away. Some of their favorites, vitamins that we all love and we all love to talk about on here. Rab had the giveaway bag that he showed off last week with an unboxing, I believe, right?
Yep.
You got that in front of you or no?
Oh, sure.
Nope.
Just give him a quick peek. It already sounds full.
Am I allowed to talk now?
No.
All right.
It's so full. But again, we'll find out what else we got going on because that giveaway bag has only gotten bigger, and we'll talk more about all the people that are giving towards that bag this month. And all you have to do is be following the Barry Mail Experience, be following Talk Barry to Me, and be following ProCare Now, our friends at ProCare Health.
I also have something to add just real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
On that note, that bag is slowly turning into a box.
Yes.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, it's gonna. By the time we get everything we're supposed to be getting, that's gonna be a big old box.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a care package.
We're gonna make one lucky fan extremely, extremely happy.
Yeah. So and all you have to do is just show up. Be following those 3 platforms, show up, and we just use the analytics from TikTok to show us who's been in the live the longest, sitting there engaged in the live. We take the top 5. We're not hand choosing anything. This is all the analytics from TikTok. The only thing we're changing are that we are not allowing any of the moderators, that includes us when we're on Talk Barry to Me, we're not eligible for any of the prizes in the giveaway.
I almost want to go crazy.
Again, I'm just going to remind you this week you can't have any of it.
Not even family.
A fake TikTok account so I can get into the raffle.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
Yo, Reese, who all we need to follow? You need to follow Talk Barry to Me. You need to follow Barry Mail Experience. You need to follow ProCare Health. ProCare, is it ProCare Health or is it
ProCare Now?
ProCare Now.
ProCare Health, but when you look them up, it's ProCare Now.
Yeah.
If one of the moderators want to drop that in the chat so they know who to be following, I'd really appreciate it. That way everyone gets a full view of it. Because sometimes you want to write that stuff down and a pen's not always available. Unlike me, I'm always prepared. And I got plenty of stuff to write on. So we have a great show tonight. We have a guest that we have never had up on panel before. And I think this is his very first live.
For real?
For real.
Man, every night, every live is your very first live.
So Rab, don't scare him too bad.
No, I'm not scaring anybody. I just spread love, man. Spreading love.
I invite him in. There he is. All right, I just sent him his invite. Hopefully TikTok's not messing with him either.
He may have to leave and come back in.
Yeah.
Did you see my invite when I sent it to you right away?
No.
I don't know. Whoever sent it, I only saw the one that I accepted just now.
Okay.
Oh, I did send you one. Again, we have, between myself, the moderators, any of us that are you're probably getting 15. It's just, you'll probably get them all after the show.
Hey, thanks to all you all coming in, saying hi, sharing the love for the Barry Mail Experience, and our special guest host for the month, Get Fit with D. We're holding it down, so thanks for coming and holding it down with us.
Thank you.
Dr. Mendoza.
Can you hear us? Oh, are you muted? Oh, there you are.
Hey,
There he
can
is.
you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
First one, he's broken in easy.
you. Sherry has been popped.
Yes.
How's it going, guys?
Good.
Doing
Welcome,
good.
man.
Welcome. So I just want to clarify something. And I think I asked you this question when I sent you out the invite. Are you a doctor at all?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Yeah, I have an educational doctorate, an EDD, similar to a PhD, but an EDD is more of a practitioner's doctoral degree, where a PhD is more research based.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm in the educational leadership space in the K through 12 public school.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
nice. All
Mhm.
right.
Yeah.
So, all right, that clarifies.
Surprise, 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 surprise.
Are you talking smack to me now, Ralph?
Nah.
Hey,
Like the Brady
don't
Bunch
handle
players.
those
Like,
two.
cut it out.
Yeah,
Now that
you
we've
two need
got
to
that
behave up
cleared
there.
up.
Hey,
Yeah.
this is we're going on 2 years of this going back and forth. So you be entertained.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. Yeah.
So the first thing we want to do is we just want to kind of get your story, like where you started off from, like why you ended up needing bariatric surgery,
Mhm.
what your weight loss journey has been like. Just kind of give us the whole ordeal.
Yeah. Um, so let's see, the whole ordeal. So I think, like many of us, I grew up, in a very kind of diverse family, ethnic family. Food is a reward system for Mexicans and Italians and Native Americans, and I'm all three. Um, so yeah, that was kind of the first thing I think that was to my detriment. But yeah, man. And then, I think, for me, like, I won't speak for anyone else, but for me, like, I also think, like, being an emotional eater and really kind of, being able to realize that now. And yeah, so I guess, yeah, I was always a chubby kid, right? Grew up, I was always the chubby kid. You know, like many of us have tried everything under the sun before, deciding on the gastric sleeve surgery. Um, Yeah, and I just decided to do it because I followed a lot of folks, a lot of you actually on here before I actually made the decision. So I was following a lot of people, just looking at their posts and things, and did a lot of research on my own and kind of figured that it was probably the best decision. And yeah, and now I just regret not doing it earlier. So
Did you
Yeah.
have that moment that was just like, I need to do something about it? Like, did you have that epiphany moment?
well, yeah, yes, and it was really because all the things that I had always tried that did work stopped working. At some point, I'm going to be 46 in July, and I think that has something to do with it, right? Like I'm getting older. Our bodies change as men, and our testosterone changes. Like everything changes, right? So I think that had something to do with it. And when I did all the things that I have historically done successfully, without no success, I decided to look into other options. So.
Okay.
Now, what was your heaviest weight and how much have you lost in this process and how far out are you?
So it's gonna be July 1st will be my start of my 15th month post-op. Um, my heaviest was 330 pounds. And I'm now 179.
Wow.
So I lost 151 pounds so far.
Good for you.
Um, Yeah, man, it's just, my body, luckily my body has always responded to things when you do like a drastic thing like this, right? I knew I was going to respond. I didn't know I was going to respond this quickly. Like I lost most of my weight in the first like 8 months, 9 months.
Yeah.
Um, and I'll be honest, like it's not always easy, right? Like we have life where things happen. Life happens, I always say, right? So when life happens, again, we go to those coping skills that are probably maladaptive that we probably shouldn't be going to.
Mm.
The good thing is now that I know I am and I'm conscious about it and I'm able to make a different decision instead of being the impulsive person that I've always been when it comes to like my feelings and food. So
So could you name off like some of the comorbidities you had when you were at your heaviest, and like what changes? Like what are the NSVs that you notice that you can do now?
gosh, everything, man. One of the first things I realized is I just lifted my leg up and put it on my knee to tie my shoe.
I know
Like
that's right.
that, I was. I remember when I realized that I was like, "Wow, okay, there's something's happening here." Like I could barely get it up to like halfway to my leg, halfway to my knee before to tie my shoe. Just going up and down stairs. A big one for me was traveling, right? Like actually fitting in an airplane seat comfortably and having way like a lot of room to spare. I remember being 330 pounds, getting in an airplane seat and having to hold my breath in so I could like lock the seat because I refused to ask for a fucking extension. Excuse me, I probably shouldn't be cussing. I refused to ask for an
It's all right, you can
extension.
cuss.
Um, and I didn't. I never had to, but it was very uncomfortable. Yeah, not having to do that anymore. It's kind of just, it's very freeing. To have, to just be a regular person, right? And not have to worry about all the things you have to worry about when you're obese.
Yeah, it's a weird feeling when you get onto an airplane and you feel like that, like when you sit down, like it's not so much like the seatbelt around you. That's one thing, but it's also like the sides of you, like the armrest. Like you could sit comfortably if the armrests are up, but the minute they
Yeah.
go down, like you're like, oh man, like I've got to like tuck folds in and like it's very very
Right.
comfortable.
Like simple things like being strategic about like if you fly Southwest, checking in 24 hours in advance, so you can get on the plane early so you don't have to sit in the middle, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it still sucks to sit in the middle, but it sucks way worse when you're 330 pounds.
Yeah.
Like, so
For a
yeah,
guy who
just
loves the window seat,
exactly.
getting
Yeah,
up and
that
trying to
part.
get past people, that is the worst thing in the world because I love the window seat.
Right,
Yeah,
that part.
Window seat.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and I think speaking of like comorbidities and like dealing with like being an addiction like food and stuff like I think along with that comes like a lot of other like underlying issues, right, that we tend to just kind of ignore and like be like, oh, that's just it, man. That's life, right? Like maybe, signs of depression, signs of anxiety, and just like, oh, it is what it is, right? A lot of those things have also like kind of dissipated or have gotten better. So like that's a good thing. I mean, I used to sleep with a sleep apnea machine and that's gone. I don't need that anymore. Um, yeah, it's just everything has changed. Everything.
Right. And also let's bring attention to, mental health here, right? Because I don't know about you guys, but after my surgery, I had no idea who the hell I was. I was like, "Oh, hold on a second. I got to deal with this shit now." Because and I
Right.
had no idea. I had no idea, no recollection. It had nothing to do when I went into to have my post-op or my pre-op with the therapist about can I do the eating, this, that, and the other. But we didn't say anything about being able to deal with my own problems, my own issues mentally and emotionally. How did that affect you at all when you were going through your
Yeah, yeah,
journey?
yeah, man. Absolutely. Emotional eating is just a symptom of a problem, right?
Right.
It's just one of the symptoms of being depressed or being anxious or a coping skill, if you will, right? Not a good
Mm.
coping skill, but hey, it's worked for all these years, right? But yeah, so just learning the difference and like, there's other things you can do. My path into like educational leadership was kind of non-traditional. I'm actually a clinical social worker by training. So
Nice.
I provided psychotherapy to kids and families in schools for like 10 years before I became a leader. And like having that training and being someone's therapist for many years, like even then, right, you think like you have it all together. Like, no, all that stuff goes out the window when it's you, right? Or it's your family or it's your loved one. Unfortunately, it is true. So I kind of knew what I was doing. I knew that I shouldn't have been doing that, but making myself to change that behavior was
Mm.
a different story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you do with it, D?
I just leaned on the guys in the community. It's like it's hard to be vulnerable. I'm used to being the guy that everybody turns to, but
Mm.
when it's my turn to ask for help, I freeze up. And so it was just like just being brave and like getting in the inbox of my buddies and just be like, "Hey, I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I'm suffering right now. Here's what I'm thinking." And in that moment, it was the worst thing in the world. But once I let it out and talked about it, a few hours passed and I was like, oh, put it in perspective and I was able to deal with it better. And then to know I wasn't
Yeah.
alone, it helped to just open up.
Yeah.
Right.
How important do you guys think a safe space like that is in the men's community, especially for men that are struggling with mental health, to be able to be around other men that are going through issues? How important do you guys think that is?
Uh,
Man,
I,
it as important enough for me to step up in here every Tuesday and take away time out of my own personal life to dedicate that to the community because you want to know why? At the end of the day, me and Tony, when we started Berry Male Experiences, it was about our experience sharing that with you all and you all sharing it back with us and giving us space to feel, you know, like we're seen or accepted and so on and so forth. So that for me is what, you know, Barry Mel
yeah,
experience means to me in
Yeah,
that space.
especially seeing that we didn't have this space. You know, we it it really hasn't been that long. I mean, we're only talking about a year and a half now, where there's a dedicated space for men to come and meet and make connections and to feel like they have a voice. And the men's community continues to grow because the amount of connections that I've made just through this platform and the connections that I've made through other platforms, it's I know that I always have someone I can talk to.
mhm,
It's even off this platform, the text messages, the phone calls that I have with so many different guys in this community, just saying, "Hey, man, you know, I'm having a tough time. You know, I just need someone, you know, to hear me out." And that's what it is. It's reaching out to each other, being there for each other,
mhm,
and making those connections, and knowing that, you know, I see you, I hear you, you know,
mhm,
we're not mental health therapists. We're not
Mm,
doctors.
no.
We're not clinicians. We're not dietitians. Like, you know, there are times when, yes, all you need is a shoulder to lean on, or all you need is someone to hear you out. But don't forget that, you
mhm,
know, recognize signs. And again, I there were times when I feel like I should have recognized signs with, with people that I've spoke to, where yeah, they need to speak to a professional. And
Mm,
don't forget that, you know, that option is always there. There is a national hotline. Is it 988?
mm,
You can dial
mhm.
that or text that, and there is someone there that you can always reach out to. So don't ever feel like reaching out for help is a sign of weakness. It's actually a
mm.
sign of strength.
Yeah.
Agreed. And you know what, man? I know that we talk about this even off, you know, behind the scenes when you, myself, D, and E are talking. We're talking about, you know, why this conversation always has to lead back to like mental health, where it's all negative and everybody feels Debbie Downer. No, it's not that way. We don't feel that way. It's just the way it is. And a lot of us are caught off guard, and I experience it every day and I just think it's good to bring attention to it, you know, and people can share their experiences through it. I mean, I don't know how you all feel about it, but it is what it is.
No, I mean, typically our journeys are, especially early on and before we've even like embarked on this journey, it's
Yeah.
suffering in silence, and it's a common theme.
Right.
Men
Quick
don't
question.
men don't share.
No,
Um,
not at all. At all. At all.
Yeah.
Dr. Mendoza, let me ask you this. How's it feel to be skinny?
Um, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, yeah, I literally haven't been this way probably since middle school, to
Wow.
be honest.
Does it
Mm.
mess
Like
with your head though?
Yeah,
it,
like how
it
do you
does, it does, man. Like when I go shopping for clothes, so I'm a size medium now and a size 34, like pants. And I was a 46 and a almost triple X. So when I go shopping in my mind, I'm looking at a medium shirt and I'm like, no way, that can't fit me. Right? Like there's no way that fits me. And then I go try it on. I was like, well, damn it, it does fit. Okay. And like every time I do that and it makes me feel like more confident. Yes, that is me. But I mean, it's shocking sometimes, and I'm super grateful for for this opportunity and the experience to be able to do this.
mm,
And yeah, you guys, it was funny. When I was first on TikTok before the surgery, I was seeing all women in this, and I was like, "Are there no men that like have this
yeah,
surgery?" And
yeah.
literally, I think I said that, and I think literally the next day the algorithm brought Barry Male Experience, and I
Uh
was like, "Oh," I was like, "Okay, cool." So of course I added you guys, and yeah, it's been I've never joined the live mainly because I was clearing a credential that I just finished, and the classes were on Tuesdays, so it just never
Mm.
worked out. But yeah, so that's done, and yeah, I'm here now. So
Now, question for
yeah.
you too, Dr. Mendoza. I don't know if you're married, if you're in a relationship, or anything like that. How has your relationship changed since losing all the weight too?
That's a good question.
So I am married, separated, but it. I mean, it's always going to change, right? Like I mean, for me, I think it's a little different. I'm not living with my partner at this point, but it is different. Like he was always the one that was the fit one, and I was the more heavier one, and like just different things. And being that it is, Gay Pride Month, and like, I think it's important to talk about that too, right? Like in the gay community, like there's so much vanity, unfortunately, that like if you're not I'm from LA, so like the West Hollywood, like, gay is white and, Barbie body, like, I mean, like, what is it, Ken body or whatever. And all those things, and that's just not realistic, um, but anyway, yeah, it does definitely play
Yeah.
a good trick on your mind, man. That's when you need to start reaching out for support and getting the support you need to do your own mind and your own work, right, your own mind work, because then unless you do your work, you're going to be right back in the same place that you were, regardless of the operation.
So
um
how do you navigate that as far as like being in the community? Like, do you get the attention has obviously changed because now you're in a smaller body. Like, how have you handled that? Are you getting more attention? Like, what
um
was the factor, in your relationships and changes?
mhm. Um, Honestly, it's mostly in the work environment. Like I'm kind of a homebody these days. I work and come and I actually work from home mostly. But yeah, people that I've seen, it's definitely kind of shocking unless they're following me on TikTok because I update my story and my journey on TikTok.
Yeah.
But dynamics do change. I will say that. Again, I think I don't have an active story being with my partner at this point to say that, but um, conversations have definitely shifted. I'll say that.
Yo, I had the most ignorant thing to ask and say. I can't help it, man. I mean, Dr. Mendoza, you messed me up. Now you said in California, don't worry about it, Tony. It's okay. You said in California that there are a lot of like Barbies, this, that, and the other. And I'm
I know,
like,
right?
I'm sitting here with like, okay, hold on. So like they're like trying to be super pretty, and that's what they're interested in. So I'm like, here it goes, y'all, drum roll. I'm like, now hold on. Are these guys who like they don't identify as women, but they want to be as pretty as a woman because you say Barbie? And then I'm like,
Mhm.
well, then you got two guys who are attracted to each other, but it's because they're both pretty like Barbies. So now I'm like, yo, we got two gay guys or two lesbians.
So I'm glad you brought that up because I think so. When I said Barbie, I really meant Ken. I couldn't
Okay,
think
yeah.
of the
I
name.
knew what you meant.
I knew,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I knew what he
okay.
meant. See, I'm from
no,
California, so I know what he meant. I knew what he meant.
and I am not,
Oh,
and I am not easily offended. So please ask anything you'd like to ask.
awesome. Thank you.
I also feel like, I mean, there's a whole spectrum these days, right? And I'm going to be 46 years old. I get it. It's a lot to consider. It's a lot of different newness for people that aren't in the LGBTQIA community. All
Yeah.
even that, right? Anyway, I think the idea is just to be inclusive of people and to be respectful of people, right? And um, I think, if you were raised in a decent home, like those are just values that your parents raised in you, right? No matter who you are. If you are a human being breathing, be respectful to them and honor whatever they choose to be called or whatever it is, right? We don't need to agree with it. Like me personally, I'm not attracted to a feminine male. That's just me though, right? Like there's other people, like for me, if that were the case for me, then I might not be attracted to I might I would just be with a woman in my perspective, right? But that's just my personal viewpoint and the way I see it. Like, other people think differently and different strokes for different folks, right? Pun intended, like whatever it is, right? Like, I mean, it is what it is. Like everyone's different. I just think people just want to be respected for whatever it is that they do choose, regardless of whether you agree or not. You know, no one says you have to agree with folks, but respect, I think, should be given regardless across
Now,
the board.
this is kind of a question for you because you are out of California. Because he brings up an interesting point of California. Like it seems to be because I've been doing security for so many years. I've worked a lot of gay clubs and things like that, and it does really seem to be very separated. And it's this type of person's here. Like you said, the Ken dolls are here. The bears are here. You're not going to
Yeah.
see a Ken at a bear party. You're not going to see a bear at a Ken party. Is that how it is across other states too, or is that primarily something that is in California?
I think the big cities like LA, San Francisco, Dallas, DC, New York are like, you see it on a huge spectrum. You see it just like that. It's exactly how he said it. Here, everything is white or white adjacent. And then you go down to body. Are you fit? A lot of people have never had weight issues in this category, so they're fit and toned. They don't have loose skin, and they fit the right complexion. But then if you get a little darker, like you're Hispanic, but you're closer to my skin tone, then you kind of get moved down a peg. But I've lived all over. So I've lived in Oklahoma City, Wichita, St. Louis, and places like that that are a little bit smaller cities. They seem to be a little bit more inclusive because you don't have the population to be so cliquey. So it's just, everybody gets together. But then when it comes down to who do you sleep with, who kind of hooks up with who, it reverts back to that.
Yeah, 'cause I was thinking that's exactly what I was thinking is St. Louis. When we went to the bar out there, it was an inclusion of everything. And that was one of the first times that I've actually seen where it was a whole bunch of different people. Like, okay, normally they wouldn't be at this type club.
Yeah, I had them all there.
I also think that, like, I mean, I was speaking for LA specifically. That I came out when I was like 25, so that's where I lived because I was born and raised in LA. And I have lived in New York City, and I have lived in Miami, and now in the Bay Area. So yeah, I mean, it's there's people that have body work done everywhere across the country. In my experience, it's more profound in West Hollywood area, and that was just again my experience with it. But again, there's different people everywhere, and I think at the end of the day, again, just being respectful of people, no matter where they are.
Yeah, and I will say, okay.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. So we're halfway through the live. I just want us to take a quick water break. Make sure you're staying hydrated, guys.
Halfway through the live with 17.3 thousand likes. Thanks for showing all the love. We got 21.
Yeah, exactly. Keep tapping that.
Yeah.
It is the bomb.
Just want to throw, again, don't forget that ProCare Health is sponsoring our live this month. We do have a giveaway. Don't forget, hang out, stay to the end of the live. There are 2 ways to win this month, so you can do it by watching the Barry to Me Experience, and you have another opportunity to win if you are watching our sister chat, Talk Barry to Me with VSG Bestie, and Tuesday, Sunday.
Tony, I can't hear you. You're going in and out.
Am I really?
Yeah.
Oh, that stinks. Don't forget, if you are interested in getting any vitamins and you're not a lucky person that actually gets one of these care packages, you can get your vitamins through our code BME, which will give you 15% everything on it. If you're interested, you can check out ProCare now and see what they have. They have everything for your wellness journey and all of your bariatric needs. Not that I've done that little spiel. D, the floor is on yours. I'm sorry, buddy.
All right, no, it's fine. I will say, sometimes I go back and forth mentally with my experience in the gay community, and it's just like, not to make it all about me, but it's like I can only speak from my vantage point. But it's forced me into a mental space where I have to accept the world for what it is. Like, the world will, no matter, through millennia, we humans have hated on each other. We've done stuff a certain way. We've treated each other bad. Nothing is going to change that. So what I can control is how I value myself. If you, especially in the gay community, if you look at like a lot of popular, like OnlyFans actors and stuff like that, the most beautiful men in the world who have everything and all the adoration that you could imagine, a lot of times they take themselves out of here because beauty isn't everything. having all the adoration and all the lust from the guys in the community, it only gets you so far. And so a lot of people are chasing something that has no value. So it makes me reevaluate what is valuable, what do I cherish in my life, what will make me happy. And a lot of times what I think I want isn't gonna bring that. So I have to remind myself and reset constantly that who gives a damn what these guys think? Who cares what they want? I'm happy, I have a great life, I can't complain, I work hard, I'm blessed by God. So so what? It literally, I have to remind myself that all the time because I can slip into that, like, am I not good enough? Why don't they want me? What do I have to do to be better? And all this stuff. And I just run myself into the ground trying to please people who don't give a shit about me. So I have to stop.
So, like, to piggyback off of that, like, so how do you combat that? Like, all right, you're in a new body, and you want to be the best version of yourself. Are you guys looking to eventually have some type of skin removal surgery? Do you want to have, again, do you want to have that body that you've always wanted to have? Does the loose skin not bother you? Is that the battle scar you're willing to bear? Are you looking to do stuff that you've never done in your life? Like what new adventures are you going to have in this new body?
Yeah, for me, the reason why I want the new final form body, which is post plastic surgery, has changed. Before, it was because I wanted everyone to desire me. Now, I just want to desire myself. I want to know what it feels like to go to the pool in Vegas, sit outside with my shirt off, and get drunk by the pool all day. Like that is my number one wish in the world. It's just to party in Vegas, topless, comfortably, and have it be flattering for anybody that walks by. So, but it's more for me now instead of for what everybody else could want.
Now, what made you flip that switch, and how did you get there?
A lot of I talk to myself a lot. Not to sound crazy, but I have a lot of self dialogue, a lot of quiet time, purposeful meditation. Not like sitting on a rug in the middle of the floor, but like driving in my car. Sometimes I get to somewhere and I don't get out. I don't turn the music on. I just sit in my own thoughts and I think about and I put everything in a perspective. And I'm like, okay, you want this, but why? What does it bring you? The weight loss was that aha moment when I have been chasing the number on the scale my entire life, literally my entire life. And when I finally got there, that moment came and went like that. And I'm like, I rested my happiness for 30 years for a number on the scale, and that happiness came and went in 5 minutes. I hit Wonderland, and it was like, what's next? And that helped flip the switch for me to say that maybe everything else in my life, I'm chasing for the wrong reasons, and it's a hollow victory. So that's why it's like I'm like the scale is a good metric, but look at fitness, look at your achievement. Look at your meal preps, things that you can quantify and be proud of that are long lasting, other than just a number on the scale or how many likes you get.
Like your health and what you put in your mouth, I mean,
Yeah.
and lately I've been thinking about that personally about myself, man. I've been eating a lot of more fried foods, and it's like, I'm good. My weight is fine, but man, there's something to say for when they used to tell you, yeah, that person is skinny, but they're not healthy. And I'm starting to feel that a lot more often myself, man. It's a struggle there for me. So.
Dr. Mendoza, any insight on that? Any perspective?
I mean, we're all human beings. We all care to a certain extent of, we all want to be liked. We all want to be part of a group. I think that's just, how we are as humans. But I mean, yeah, you got to kind of let those things go and just kind of move forward. It's, I mean, it's like the things you pay attention to are the things that will kind of uh, uh, really come to fruition, right? You focus on the bad stuff, that's bad stuff is probably going to happen. You focus on the good stuff or, any of those things, then good things are probably going to happen. I really
Mm,
truly believe that you get what you put into anything in this world and the universe, right? Um, you think good things, you see yourself at this body weight, you see yourself being this new person, then you'll get there, right? If you are down on yourself and instead of the way um I forget D, instead of the way he does positive self-talk, I'm sure, right? He's not
Hmm.
telling himself negative things, right? And that's why it's working for him. Like there's some real power in positive self-talk, and I think people don't do it enough.
Are there
Yeah,
things that you?
definitely.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Are there things that you're looking forward to doing now? Like, are there things that you're now doing?
Um, no, I think like no, I think that's kind of the beauty of this. Like I don't know what I don't know, right? And like there, I'm sure there's tons of things that I'm going to be able to experience, but I just don't know what they are yet. Um, Little things like being on the plane. I didn't expect that, and when I sat on the plane for the first time, I was like, oh yeah, right. And so yeah, I guess I don't have. I mean, oh, one thing I do want to do is go jump out of a plane. I've
Hey,
never been under 200 pounds, and you have to be under 200 pounds to do that.
What
And
mm.
I've
do you
always wanted to do
jump out of
that.
a plane?
Yeah, I've always wanted to do that, and I've never been at the appropriate weight, quote unquote, to be able to have that experience in my life.
Shucks, I'm
So,
never going to be able to jump out of a plane.
Yeah. Oh well, I'm not doing it either.
Mm-mm. I hold your
You
stuff on
know,
the ground. I got bag duty. I got you.
Yeah,
I
let's
got
do
Me,
it.
I'll film
to
the whole thing.
Yeah.
I got to emphasize what Dr. Mendoza just said, man. I don't know what I don't know. That like eliminates comparison if you break it down, and
Yeah,
that's a lot stronger than what he just spewed it off like it was nothing. I just was like, I held on to it while y'all sitting here conversating. I'm like, you don't know what you don't know. And it makes it so much easier if you have that train of thought.
I'm still
yeah.
thinking about the whole jumping out of a plane thing.
Yeah.
My knees are buckling just thinking about it.
Let's go,
Yeah.
Tony. Let's all of us just go jump out of a plane.
Like I've been parasailing. I want a zip line. So I for some reason I just do not want to jump out of a plane. I have no problem
Well,
sitting there and just looking out the window. I'm cool with that.
I don't know. The plan that Rob has for me going on, he's telling me that I'm gonna get to like 174, 175, 180. I'm like, hell no. He's like, give me a year. I'm like, here, have it. So I'm looking forward to that radical body transformation. I'm just throwing that out there.
Hey, I'm just
There
letting
you
you know
go.
that if you want, I'll push you off the plane.
No, I ain't going out the plane. I'm just talking
Hey,
about
hey,
a
hey,
radical body
he'll kick you
transformation.
out the plane before you put the parachute on.
No, no, I wouldn't do that to him. He'll at least be hanging on to it.
He'll
That's
have you
funny.
hanging on to it, so he has a chance.
Hey,
He's
I
got a
barely,
chance.
I barely do dogs. You ain't pushing me out of plane.
It's hilarious.
That's that brother in you right there. That's
That's where it stands out, right?
And D will be at the bottom recording it all, cheering you on.
I sure will. I'll make sure your valuables are locked up. Nobody breaks into your car. I have all your emergency contacts lined up. I'm good for that. But I'm not getting up there. I'll get in that little tube, the indoor skydiving. I'll do that.
Yeah, I'm all for that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what? That would be a great bariatric meetup right there. Indoor
Jumping out of a
skydiving.
plane?
Indoor skydiving. Yes.
Indoor skydiving.
I don't know. I don't
Is
want to
that
feel
really
all that.
skydiving though?
No, it's not.
Hey, but
It's
then,
it's
then
not.
but then you're gonna want to go do the real thing.
Right, right.
I don't know. Something
You're
about
gonna get
that air.
that itch like, oh, this was cool, but I want more.
I don't do little
Uh,
planes. I don't do
oh,
heights and little planes. Both of them together.
It's something
yeah,
about
funny.
the air rushing through my underwear and blowing my frog butt all over the place. It's where I stop. I just
What
can't.
about
Slapping it all the way down.
what about bungee jumping, D?
No.
I'd be more scared to go bungee jumping than I would be to jump out of a plane.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey,
Interesting.
Dr. Mendoza,
Yeah.
I was looking at your content earlier today, and I saw a picture of you in one of your posts that had you like speaking to an audience. What was that all about, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, so the work that I currently do is I'm a community schools and engagement coach. So long story short, like California has invested $4 billion into transforming schools into community schools. And my county office of education that I work out of in the Bay Area, Santa Clara County Office of Ed,
Right.
we have the contract to support people with that work. So I was in Fresno at the California Annual Summit where all the people doing this work come, about 3,000 people. And I was just leading a networking session and closing us out for the Bay Area networking session.
Okay.
It wasn't 2,000 people though. It was about 250 in our particular Bay Area session.
Nice.
Hmm.
Nice.
You're in the Bay Area?
Yeah, yeah. I'm in Fremont in the Bay
Oh, we
Area.
gotta try to
Yep.
hook up then. I live down in San Jose.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. Yep. I'm in the Bay Area, man.
Nice.
Small world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See? Everyone lives near each other except people near me.
It's because no one wants to
Yeah.
live near Boston. That's why.
Well, I still got Dano and
Hey,
Jillian.
hey,
I have a few people. So
Tony. Thanks for the trade, by the way.
yeah, you're welcome.
Oh,
Ugh.
y'all must be talking about sports.
Yeah,
So
we are
what's
talking sports. We traded someone. We traded away one of our best players for a bag of balls. For Christ's sakes.
Pretty much.
Jeez.
Dr. Mendoza,
Yeah.
is there anything like other than jumping out of a plane, those things? Do you have like any goals for yourself health wise or like as
Yeah.
far as working out?
Yeah. So I want to work out. I have not worked out very much in my on my journey.
Hmm.
So I do need to. I mean, I was gonna join y'all on the plank thing, and then by the time I
Yeah.
jumped on, it was too late. So I got y'all next time. But I definitely want to do things like that. I really want to work on my, my chest and my arms area, things like that. I think one thing that's helping me, like I'm a snacker, right? So like one thing that I've been doing is I kind of bake or make my own like high protein, low carb, low sugar like treats, and I'll like I'll cut them up, put them in the freezer, and like take them out when I'm gonna use them, eat them or whatever. That's something that's been helping me because like the reality is like you're gonna want to eat, right? You just got to make sure you
Hmm.
have the right things around. Like Tony, you were saying I've been eating a lot of fried foods, right? Well, eliminate them and put these in replacement, right? So you don't have them around you. So yeah, I think that's been super helpful. But yeah, just want to be more fit. I've been really blessed with not having a ton of like loose skin. I know that's not everyone's experience, and so but I think I've actually taken advantage of that because I haven't exercised as much as I should. And I need to stop doing that because I am getting older and I need to tone it while I can still do that. So,
Hmm.
keeping all that into consideration, yeah, I'm gonna start working out a lot more. And probably even at home, like maybe 3 times at home and maybe twice at a gym. I get bored of the same thing. Even if I'm going to the gym every week, it feels so monotonous to me. So I think having a variety of things I can do at home and the gym and having options or even going out hiking outside, like doing those kind of things is really where it's at for me, like actively being outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank y'all.
Yep.
We've got about let's see, 12 minutes left. So we are gonna talk about what we have with our giveaway and stuff, but we want to try to get you some. We want you to hang out to the end of the live with us, but so you can sit down and see what we have going on. But we just want to get any thoughts about like where your journey is, where you see yourself going, and what advice would you have for people who are thinking about embarking on some type of weight loss journey?
So I think if you really feel that this is something for you, I again, I'm just I hate that I didn't do it earlier. I had always considered it. I just never tried it because I had always thought I can do this on my own. I don't need that until I didn't know what I knew, right? Again, and then when I figured out I do need it because the things weren't working, um, I think just listen to your body. Your body will tell you. There's a great book that's called "Your Body Keeps the Score," and it's about trauma and how that impacts your body, the choices you make, and things like that. Um, and this is just one of those things, right? One of the many decisions as human beings that we need to make, our own self care, our own and what our self-worth plays into our own self-care, right? And as men, whether you're black, brown, white, whatever you are, we have been conditioned by society and by media to not care about our feelings and to suck it up and be men and deal with it, right? And that's not okay. We're humans just like anyone else, and we deserve to have that space and that grace to be able to deal with our own stuff just like anyone else. So thank you guys for like having this space for men because it's needed, man, everywhere. So I really appreciate you guys having me on today.
No, we appreciate you sharing your journey with us
Absolutely.
and hanging out with us. And obviously,
Making us your first live.
yeah, yeah. And
What a
again,
blessing.
we want you to, reach out to us. Like, let's stay connected. Obviously, everyone that we have up on the panel and stuff, we want to make sure that the guys are always there for each other. We make these connections, but we want to make sure that we're all there. We're building a brotherhood and a movement within this community. And again, like, we don't want to just have you up on the live and say, all right, thank you for hanging, and we won't talk to you again. We want to make sure that the connections stay relevant, and that that the support is there, and we want to know that we could also reach out to you if we ever have anything.
Yeah.
And if you can get it in your time to do more lives, you should really try to do it more often, man. Your influence on us as brothers, man, means a lot. So we appreciate your time when you do come on. So just keep that in
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I will
Yeah,
definitely try to come on as often as I can,
yeah,
especially since I don't have that class anymore on Tuesdays. So,
right,
Hey,
right.
yep.
And honestly, like for you being in this your first live,
Mm.
way better than me, because I was all over the place. I didn't know what was
Yeah,
going on. My
way
feet
better
were
than me.
Well, to be fair, a big part of my job that I do is technical assistance for like thousands of people on Zoom. So I curate slide decks and do like this for a living, basically.
oh, nice.
Just on Zoom. So
yeah, experience. See, yeah, you draw the experience there.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
This is every
absolutely.
day for him.
Awesome.
Yeah, man.
So why don't you hang out with us?
Sure.
We're gonna go over something big that we have going on this month. So obviously we talked about ProCare Health being our sponsor for the month of June. Obviously check out procarenow.com. All you have to do is follow to be eligible for this giveaway. You just need to be following the Barry Mill Experience, following Talk Barry to Me, and following ProCare Now, and just show up. Show up to the Barry Mill Experience on Tuesdays. Show up to Talk Barry to Me on Sundays, and just sit in that live and engage, and just sit back and enjoy the stories, enjoy the camaraderie amongst the community. They're giving away some of their most popular items. Rab held up the bag. Sounds like a full boatload. I think we did it last week. There's a lot of it's actually a pretty cool looking bag. So you get that to go. But we also have other sponsors who have decided that they want to be a part of this giveaway. So not only do we have a bag of goodies from now, we also have other sponsors. We have Bariatric Hair and Skincare giving away a little goodie bag with all of the little popular items like the skin oil, the biotin shampoo, the biotin conditioner. If you haven't tried any of these, try them out.
So important to take care of your skin after surgery.
I'm telling you, for all of us, and we're all aware of it, how
Especially
dry
up in here.
is. I know, right at the nose. How
On
dry
the forehead.
after bariatric surgery, because you were so dehydrated. I'm telling you, it was an ash cloud scratching my arm. I'm telling you, if I did this, it would look like my arm's on fire.
I get yelled at all the time by Arisa about my dry skin.
Why do you still have great, dry skin, especially with Aretha? She should be sending you all of the essential oils.
Oh, I got it now. That's why it's getting better. But it's still bad.
Yep. Not so
Get out
much.
that shower, put some Vaseline on. You should be in on it by now.
All right, I don't want to get off track. So along with Barry Hair and Skincare, we also have Mel from OSLP is dropping something good for us in the goodie bag. We have our friend Dr. Cribbins, who has decided to throw something in. I'm not quite sure, but who doesn't love Marty? So Dr. Cribbins will be donating to that. Rab, I know you were showing off the books and the journals from Digress and Digest. from Janae. Obviously, I have one of my books right here, but she has thrown in 3. And that basically carries you from the beginning of your journey straight through to maintenance. And if you haven't looked inside those books, they are so well thought out, and they give you topic points to talk about and to write about, so you're not just randomly writing about nothing. She put a lot, and this is a really nice book. This is not cheap.
No, it's not. It's not a game.
Yeah,
It's really nice.
She did. She hooked you up, and she
Yeah.
you are one lucky fella if you get that.
Or gal.
Or gal.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm a little biased on the Barry Milk experience. I'm sorry.
Nah, I got you. Don't worry about it.
Jamie, the sleeve dietitian, will be throwing into that bag for us. Obviously, you know, we had Murph in here, but the waiting table will also be throwing into the bag. Barry Nova will be throwing in one of these beautiful Barry Eats kits. Comes with a little saucer.
I love it.
Little bowl. And don't forget that you got these little serving spoons and the little fork. And I'll tell you right now, I use this. I still use this. It was, again, one of those things early in your journey. You can't ask for anything better. If you're struggling with portion control, even after your first year, reach out for the little Barry Eats kit. It will get you back on track.
It's a good resetter.
Yeah,
H&S vibes. Man, just stop. Just stop it, bestie, man. I mean, why would you say something like that? You don't do that to us.
Yeah, she's trouble. Barry Godmother is giving away. She has a bracelet. She's giving away the bracelets from her Etsy site that you'll be able to choose from. And don't forget that we also. Oh, I'm saving that for last. Don't show that. We have MOBA gear that is going into the bag. MOBA Sherry is donating to that. Don't forget that our sister chat Talk Barry to Me is also donating to our bag. But we are also donating to the bag and to Talk Barry to Me. Show that thing off because it is a thing of beauty.
Look how sexy this thing looks.
It's just a white bottle.
That's my outfit too.
Look how sexy that looks.
Oh my goodness.
Our special way. Dude, it matches your jacket. You know this.
Hey,
That's what I said. It goes with my outfit.
It's white too.
Oh, send that my way. Don't even. I like all colors, okay?
We saw the flavor you have.
Man, and hey,
does B have a type?
Nah,
I like everything, okay? I'm down.
I know that's right.
Oh, I love it.
All right, Barry.
I love it.
Hey, and Tony forgot to mention. Nah, he never forgets to mention. But don't forget to tune in every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific with our sister chat, Talk Barry to Me. Every Sunday night, tune in. And again, you know, Dr. Mendoza, thanks for coming to hang out. My name's Rab, W.T. Barry.
I'm Gifted with D.
I'm Big E.
And I'm Tony D. And this has been our Barry Mill Experience.
See y'all next Tuesday.
Okay. Have a good
Bye,
night.
y'all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mendoza.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.